Faz Ullah, inspiring a new generation of property entrepreneurs across the UK. Learn how to leverage assets, automate your systems, and grow your brand fast. This is where your journey to a six-figure property business begins.
If you missed part 1 of this interview, go check it out first. That's where Faz shares how he started from scratch and built a six-figure business.
So Faz, there are people watching this right now who are clocking in and out of their job that they know they've outgrown. They're watching webinars, scrolling YouTube, but they're stuck in thinking, I'm stuck in my 9-to-5 job. What would you say to that person right now?
I would say you don't have to burn the boats overnight, but you do have to start. You can build something alongside your job, learn the process, and get that first proof of concept. Taking that first step is the hardest part, but it's the most important. And you just got to be able to take action, be committed, and have a plan, really, to be able to work that plan. So that plan should be, what is your objective, what you want to accomplish in 90 days. And what I do is help people achieve their first deal within the first 30 days.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, yeah, it's about, they've got to make a start, haven't they? I mean, even if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job, you've got to make a start sometime. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in your 9-to-5 job forever. Okay. So if we think about it, this isn't just about landing 1 or 2 deals. Eventually, it's about building something that's sustainable. So what's the big vision? Where are you taking this, both your portfolio and the movement that you're building through coaching?
Right, it's a great question. I mean, I want to actually build a national community of rent-to-rent operators who support each other. I want to be able to have people in my network share resources, raise standards in the industry, pick each other's brains. And, I run a property networking event, which is the first Thursday of every month. And there's usually 15, 20, 25 people there. And it's great. It's because it's free and it gives people the opportunity to come in, connect, engage, meet other people and talk to other people and see what's working, what's not working, who's doing what, and to learn from each other's successes and to help each other succeed. I mean, that's the idea, to work together, because they say your network is your net worth. And it's so true. You don't know who you're going to meet at any one time. That's going to help you go from whatever level you are to the next level, and for my own portfolio, yes, of course, I want to continue to grow that. I mean, I think I've done something like 6 deals in the last 12 months. Why 6? Because I would like to take a property on, and then in month 1, and in month 2 tenant it, in month 3 get another, in month 4 tenant it. And if I do that consistently over a 12-month period, then I'll end up with 6. And that's why I've always done wanting to get 6 up in a year, because that's what sits right with me, Yeah, so I want to be continuing to grow my network, my property portfolio. I'm fairly active, but in a way that it is sustainable, automated, and supports a lifestyle that I want without me being busy. I have a team of people around me where I leverage my time and my skills so other people can do the day-to-day, so I don't have to, which releases my time to focus on bigger things, i.e. my latest acquisition of the property land and developments, which I've started to work on.
Wonderful, yeah. So at the end of the day, it's about getting that balance as well, isn't it? So building that portfolio, but getting that balance. And you said about 6 properties for the year. So roughly that's around £6,000 coming in now just from that year's worth of work of passive income in a way, which is great. So Faz, experience is the best teacher from what I've kind of seen, but it's also expensive. So for those watching, what's something that you wish someone had told you before you had your very first deal?
I wished, I guess, is that the relationships and credibility matter even more than the numbers on a spreadsheet, because the property world is small and your reputation can make or break you, you know. For me, it's all about building relationships with people around you. It could be mentors and coaches, it could be other investors that are actually active in the market. It could be meeting agents that have got properties for you to go and do a viewing with and potentially offer. It could be sourcing agents. People who find properties are good at getting them and then passing it on to others for a fee. So in property, it's such a friendly community. Everybody likes to help one another, and no question that you ask is a silly question, because if you thought that question and you're an intelligent person and somebody else is most likely thinking the same question, and with the property community being so friendly, everyone is looking to help one another, progress and make a success of what they're doing. So for me, the value of meeting people, connecting with others, thinking outside the box, having that kind of mindset, and exploring what others are doing, how they're doing, getting involved into their lives, to build relationships with. I guess for me, that would have been something that I wish somebody had told me at that time, because that came to me a lot later, and it dawned on me the importance of meeting people and how people can add value to you, rather than thinking all the time, what's in it for me? And most people do that. So I would say, give back as much as you can, because if you plant enough good positive seeds into the universe, some of it will stick, and you'll attract a lot more success, happy thoughts, and create great memories.
Yeah, very valid. Yes, I fully agree with you. Being positive in your mindset and your thinking and giving is always the way to go. It will always come back to you in spades. So good, very good values there, Faz. So, I mean, when people move into new ventures, one of the things that they always fear is making mistakes and fear of rejection. And that fear grows when landlords push back, I imagine. But objections to me, they're a signal and they're not a stop sign. So what are the most common objections that you hear, and how do you turn those around?
A lot of the time, I never put in a deposit for a property. I can't remember the last time I ever put in a deposit for a property, actually. I don't agree with that theory, and I don't like to do that, because it's if you're tying up for a property that you're paying £3,000 a month for in rent, that's £3,000 a month that's sitting there that is tied up. It's not adding any value. It's not getting any interest. It's no good use to anyone. And, and there is a risk, of course, of you never getting it back. So for me, landlords do like to worry about damage of my property. And I guess by you putting a deposit in there, that protects them. And but if you uh, give them a surety that you're going to look after their property and treat that property like they're your own, as if you lived there, you're right, by looking after any maintenance issues, by looking after and doing any decor or putting in the furniture, because most of the time properties do come unfurnished, and to get a 5 or 6 bedroom house out, it can cost anywhere somewhere between 3,000 and £3,500, and if you're putting that in and you're putting in the work of feature walls and doing minor work to the property, like decor, which might cost you another 1,000 or £1,500. Already you're putting in £5,000. That money would normally have been used as a deposit. But in this case, you're not giving them a deposit, you're investing in their property. And if you're investing your hard-earned money into their property and and they see the value in that, then there's never any talk of a deposit from that point of view, because you've got to just turn it on its head.
Okay.
What else are they worried about? They're worried about arrears, non-payment, or losing control. Well, I mean, with that, I focus on their pain, really. What is it that they want to accomplish from this opportunity? Most of the time they want passive income. They want uninterrupted income that comes in, month after month, year after year, without ever being involved or without you ever being in arrears. That's what they want. And they want their property looked after and taken care of. Well, you can give them that confidence and you can give them that surety that you will be dealing with any minor maintenance. They won't have to worry about it. They get their money on whatever date you've agreed, month in, month out, year after year, every single month, for the duration of the term. And what I normally do is I put it on my calculator. I mean, the latest deal that I did is I'm giving the landlord £3,100 per month, with a month. And on this one, it's 2 months rent-free period, and we know it's a 3-year deal. So on that one, we got 34. So you times 3,100 by 34, which is the number of months that make up the 3 years. And why 34? Because you're not paying them for 2 months, remember. You've got 2 months rent-free, and you've got zero deposit. So you're going in that property, not giving them any money. Now, is there a risk to the landlord? Yeah, absolutely there is. So how do you structure it? Well, that's up to you. Sometimes I'll give them 1 month up front, right? So that they've got some money to say that, yeah, person has made a commitment to me. And then I'll have 2 months 2 and month 3 as a rent-free period. Of course, there's no deposit. And so you can structure it in different ways, and I teach that on my coaching and mentoring program. I have clear agreements. I share testimonials and references of other landlords that have worked with me, on either video or a phone call, or however they want. Or I can give them a number to call, and these are people that have taken properties on for 3 years, 5 years, that have got belief in what service I'm providing because they worked with me for so long. And some of these landlords renew every 3 years or every 5 years. In fact, 2 of the properties are coming up for renewal, and both people have said they want to renew further because I've never missed a payment. I've looked after their property, and there has never ever been any issues. Yeah. So that's all gives confidence to any new person meeting me for the first time. You've got to start somewhere. So I believe that anyone and everyone can do this. It's hard work. I'm not going to sugarcoat that it's easy. You've got to be committed, and as long as you persevere, something's going to happen and you will achieve success. And if your goal is to get out of the rat race, which is your 9 to 5, and to make the £3,000 a month or whatever it is you need, that's just 3 properties. You can do that in 6 months. Easy. In fact, you can do it less than 6 months with my training.
Wonderful. So yeah, I mean, that's all very valid information and really good. Thank you for that, Faz. So when there are a lot of courses and gurus and flashy marketing out there, but transformation only happens when coaching is personal and strategic. And what makes your coaching program different from what's out there right now?
I looked at the market and what other people are doing, and mine isn't just about theory. I'm actually in the trenches with you. I provide scripts, templates, real-time coaching. So you're never, ever alone or, left guessing. I'm actually working with you. You've got access to me 24/7. I live and breathe property, and I work around the clock. So You've got access to me, which means if you want to WhatsApp me, message me, call me, I can hop on a call very, very quickly. It is very structured though, and which is great because it helps me manage my time, it helps me manage other people's time, you know, and which is usually on a Monday and Thursday that I actually go and dive deeper into the processes of how it all works, you know. And then in between, we're on a platform where I respond to your questions and I, I'm there for you on WhatsApp as well whenever you need me. So I'm only a phone call away. I'm only a phone number away. And I think a lot of the mentors that I've ever met or done or spoken to, they don't provide themselves to other people so easily, because I want to see people succeed. I make myself available for anyone that needs me that's going to help them go from whatever level they are at to the next level. And I say, I care deeply about your success. If you don't get your first deal, I keep working with you for free until you do.
What a level of support and what a guarantee. I love it. I mean, anyone listening to this is going to be amazed by that. That's really good, Faz. So people are always waiting for the perfect time, though. So, and opportunities don't wait, as we know. Why do you believe now is actually the best time for someone to make a move into rent to rent?
Wow. The demand is absolutely huge, Anthony, right now. The quality of the housing is better than it's ever been. Landlords are more open to guaranteed rent and solutions. They want a passive income, especially in uncertain markets. Like now, we're living at a time where they are wanting to travel more, wanting to have more holidays, wanting to spend more time with family. They don't want to be involved in the day-to-day of property. They just want their asset working for them, right? And if you can bridge that gap with your service to prove to them that you are what they're looking for, then you have cracked it because not only is there one person looking for it, but there are hundreds and hundreds. You've just got to find those people, and I will help you to actually get in front of those people so you can share with them what you do, how you work, and how you can really provide them a long-term benefit of an income, whereby if they went to an agent, they're going to have a void every year. That's a couple of months every year, isn't it? They're going to pay agent fees for renewals. They're going to pay agents fees for lettings. They're going to pay agent fees for management. How much in fees are they going to end up paying over the 5-year period? That's a huge amount. You're not giving them any fees. You're not asking for any fees from the landlord, are you? You're just providing guaranteed rent every single month without any fees. Set it and forget it. I look after your property and I'll treat it like my own. Yeah. So the demand is better than it's ever been. If you ask me, Anthony, yeah, for sure.
Well, that sounds really exciting then. And I can understand how people would want to do it. That's brilliant. So some people are watching this and they may feel called, but they're a bit nervous. They're sitting on the fence, questioning if this is the right move. What would you say directly to someone who's almost ready to take the leap?
What is your goal? What is it you want to accomplish? Usually it's fear, and if it's fear, then fear prevents people from taking action because they are just in their own mind. If they're going to be wanting to make a difference, then they've got to act and take action and work on their vision and their goal and their plan, which I will help them with, and they've got to ask themselves the question, where will you be in 90 days if you do nothing? If you are ready to act, I'll guide you every step of the way. And I back up my promise with a guarantee. If you don't land your first deal, I'll keep working with you for free until you do.
Okay, well, let's wrap up this conversation, Faz. And if anyone watching this is anything like me, then they're probably walking away with a notebook full of really good gems. And what I love about what you've done so far is that you've built that rent to rent business from nothing and then turned it into a proven roadmap that others can follow. So you're not just some property guru talking about theory, you've been in the trenches, and you're, more importantly, you're helping people get real results. So if there's people watching this and they're thinking, can I really do this? What if I don't have the money, confidence, or experience? Or even, is this even the right time? Obviously, Faz, you have built a program just for them. And your guarantee is simple. You follow the plan, and if you don't land your first deal in 30 days, you're going to work with them for free until you do. And so no one else is offering that level of commitment to other people's success. So what I would say to any audience watching this is, if you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines and start building the freedom you deserve, then this is your moment. Get in contact with Faz. And Faz, if people want to get in contact with you, what do they need to do?
All right, so they can email me at faz@fazullah.com. They can also call me or WhatsApp me, and my number is 0782 444 0016. Now, as busy as I am, I always make time for anyone that ever contacts me. And the best thing to do is just WhatsApp me with a hi, I saw in your interview, I'd like a chat. And as soon as I come out of my next meeting, then I will contact you and we'll organize a meeting, and I'll maybe send you a link to my calendar so you can book in a call with me and we can have a chat.
That sounds amazing. And also what we'll do is we'll share the link below so that you can book a call and take your first step as well. You'll either keep your wheels spinning, or in 90 days, you could be holding the keys to your first cash flowing property. In 30 days, you could be holding the keys to your first cash flowing property. The choice is yours. Let's get started.
Fantastic. Let's go for it, guys. Let's make this happen.
If you missed part 1 of this interview, go check it out first. That's where Faz shares how he started from scratch and built a 6-figure business. Subscribe for more property success stories.